to the channel. My name's Dino, this is my partner Adam, and our fur baby Twyla. We love travelling in our Ford Transit camper van, travelling in our Jimny and doing tent camping, and occasionally staying at an Airbnb. So if you like free camping, paid camping, camping tips and tricks, camp cooking ideas, and the good old country bakery, you've come to the right channel. So if you like what you see, press the subscribe button and come with us as we travel Australia one town at a time. Now let's get into this episode. We have just arrived to Burra, South Australia.
And we're staying at the Paxton Square Cottages. So these cottages used to be for the mining region back in the 1880s.
And they look amazing. Can't wait to take you inside and show you around. Now, they are run by the caravan park, which we couldn't get into because it was booked out. So we're spoiling ourselves and staying in one of these converted into now accommodation. Let's just take you in, show you around so we can get into this town because I'm pretty excited about it. All right, so they converted all these all the way along. And it's just opening up the door now to go in and take a look at our accommodation and what they've done to do it all up. All right, so we've got the living room. Very, looks very modern from what it would have been back in the day. So yeah, you've got the old stone. It's all been painted white. Look how awesome this looks. And then straight from the living room, you've got the bedroom. So go through and show you that. So they got the double and then a single and everything you need in a room. And then let's go through to the kitchen. And I love this touch. Look at this. There we go. And then this is the kitchen here. And then into the bathroom. And we do have a back door. And then this is the bathroom. All right, I'll show you this before we head out. So this is where we are staying. You can come in and park inside. These are all other different accommodations. And then they've got some set up so you can actually walk through it and see how they used to live. And then over here, and it's only just here, the caravan park. So the caravan park runs the whole thing. So yeah, you pick up your keys from the caravan park. These are the sites there. So it's not a massive caravan park. And then we've just driven from there to our room. And also you can park around the back. So that's what we've done. Right, we're just heading into town. We're just walking through this park, which is literally across the road. And here's the water that goes past the caravan park. Of course, Twyla wants to have a dip in the... It is a hot day. She's having a dip in the running water. You liking that, Twyla? So you can either cross there. That's the bridge we drove over to get to where we're staying. Or they've got this little walk over here, which takes us straight into town. Already, I can just tell we're going to love this place. Alright, so we've decided to eat at St. Just. There's plenty of places to eat in this town, but this one looked great. I'll show you the menu in a second. Inside, they actually have a shop attached to it also, so you can go in there. They've got a whole heap of homewares. They've even got some outdoor stuff. They've got Manchester, so it's quite a variety, and you just walk straight through. They've got plenty of inside seating. You can even go in there and see the big, I think it's a bull. It's huge. Get a photo with it like I did. So yeah, it's a fantastic looking place. Let me show the menu and then I'll show you what we got. So this is the lunch menu. So you can pause that and have a read if you want. Also they do breakfast. So this is the breakfast menu. And what we decided on was Adam got a pasty.
A little Cornish pastry, pasty, and salad.
Oh, looks good. And then I got the homemade lasagna. Both we got with salads. So these look really good. Let's get into it. I'm now full as a boot. But definitely a great little place. And the food was delicious. Adam loved his pasty. So we're happy, we're full. I don't think we're even going to eat dinner tonight, to be honest. I think we're skipping dinner. But we're just trying to find the information office, see if we can get a pamphlet on the area and what there is to do. Right, so we found the visitor centre. So let's go in, get some leaflets. I've got a whole bag of goodies, including the keys to the town. But I'm going to explain a bit more about this when we get back to our room. Because yeah, there's a whole thing that goes along with it, so I'll explain it to you later. All right, I've seen this in a few photos around town. There is a plaque on this, and it's just it was put here in honour of the late King Edward. Next to this, they got the Remembrance Shrine right in the middle of town. So we're walking back over the old bridge here. I just love all the stonework in the town. Looks so beautiful. And then we're staying just there. 1878. There we go. Stood the test of time. Now we're back from the information office. Let me tell you all about this. So basically, it's a self-guided tour. They do actually give you a key. And yes, it is pretty much to the town because they give you a map and it takes you to all different places around town that you can literally walk into, buildings and all, and basically do a self-guided tour. They give you a book. Look, you know what? I'm going to do one better. Let me show you everything we got. Ella was going to show you, then Twyla just jumped all over it. So basically, this is our key. So it was $30 each. And they give you these, so you wear these on your wrist, or they do suggest if you're going to have it for a couple of days that you don't put them around your wrist, just maybe put on your backpack or something, just so when you're walking around these sites, they know that you've paid your fee of $30. Plus you pay $50 you get back once you actually hand your key back in. And for that $30 each, we got a book. Has all the history of the different buildings. It's fantastic. I can't wait to sit down and have a look at this. Also, we got with it a discount to go see I think it was for a museum, yes. And then over here where Twyla is sleeping, this is the special map, and it has all these yellow locations, and what you're looking for is a key on the door, and that key will get you into the building. So yeah, so they explained about it. There's a little bit more detail, which they will explain to you when you're there. And on the back also, well, actually, no, sorry. Yep, on the back, there's a few other sites you can go see out of town as well. But pretty much you can get around the whole town, and it's all within this area, which is fantastic. You got the key for 24 hours, so you can take your time with it. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm going to be doing some of this by myself tomorrow morning. I'm going to start the whole tour in the morning. But tonight, we're pretty much having a chill-out night because we've had a huge week. And then we're just going to smash it out tomorrow and really enjoy this place. Good morning, guys. It is 6:30. The birds are starting to chirp. I'm going to go for my morning walk. I might catch the sunrise. It's going to be good. And find myself somewhere to grab a coffee for my walk. Twyla, Adam are still in bed. And I'm going to do that tour a little bit later this morning. And so far it looks like I've done 281 steps. We'll see what we can get it up to. All right, looks like I found my coffee shop. Brightest lights in town at the moment. This place looks so nice. We've got plenty of food options. You can eat in or take away, but I think I'll just get a coffee. So I've got my coffee, and look at the sky behind me. It's going to be a really beautiful sunrise, I reckon. So let's go find a prime position to watch the sun come up. Oh, just walking past the bakery, and they are busy inside getting all the food ready for the day. I'm definitely going to have to come back here with Adam and get something from here. It smells great. I think I found somewhere to watch the sunrise, but I think I've missed the best of it. But anyway, the best part is I did find some horses to check out. Look at these cuties. And then there's one over here that I might go up and say hello to. Hopefully I don't scare it. All right, that sun is definitely up now. And I was just walking back and I thought I'd show you this just in case you've got kids with you. They got the skate park / bike park. This is the mud track, I'll call it. It's got all the little jumps and stuff. And then you got the skateboard part of it, which is here. Sorry about the sun. Look how amazing this is. And then over there, they got 2 undercover barbecues. And they got some play equipment for the kids. So if you're bringing kids, definitely, especially if you stay in the caravan park, definitely bring the skateboards, the bikes and stuff, because across there, just across the water, and there's a bridge right here, takes straight to the caravan park. So if you're staying at the caravan park, the kids are not going to be bored. So I'm just crossing the bridge to get back to where we're staying, which is literally just there. That's the bridge we crossed over to get into town. And it takes you 2 seconds to get into town from where we're staying. And then over this side is the caravan park, which if I get time, I'll walk you through the caravan park. But that runs alongside this beautiful bit of water here. Look at the reflection. And then over there is the skate park. All right, we're back. Can someone still tired from all the walking we've been doing lately? Oh, just asking for a pat. But Adam's up and he's ready. So we're going to head to the bakery and go get some breakfast.
We're going to come back and do some more editing.
And then Adam's come back to do more work. We're heading out the back door because we've got the front and the back.
Come on.
And come on, Twyla, let's go. And I'll just show you out here because we haven't really shown you out here yet. So I'll just take you over on the way through. So we've got our own table out here, so we can have a barbecue and eat out here if we want. We've got our own car spot park, so the van is there. And then over here, you've got yourself a spot where you can do your washing. So it's a washing machine. You've got a barbecue over there. You've got an oven, table. You've got 4 spots where you can charge your car. And these rooms go all the way around in a big U shape. That's us there. And then if you've got a big group of you or you just want to sit out here by yourself, you do have a massive fire pit here. All right, we've made it to the bakery. They do have some outdoor seating undercover, which is always handy. And yes, the sign says open. I'm going to go and have a look before Adam goes in. There's so much to choose from when it comes to the pies. I definitely need to get a pie. So because it is breakfast time, I thought I might go the Bushman, which is very similar to the Ned Kelly, or pretty much is a Ned Kelly pie. I don't know what Adam's going to get. All right, here comes Adam with the goods.
So we both got pies this morning.
Yeah, what did you get?
I'm going to get a potato pie.
Oh, shepherd's
which
pie.
is like shepherd's pie,
Yeah.
cottage pie.
Yeah.
Sauce, and then you've got your
Bushman's pie. Alright, so that's Adam's shepherd's pie. Here's my Bushman's pie. Looks good. And what are you having, Twyla? I think you're just having a bit of crust. Look how good this looks. It just tastes so fresh.
So it's like a breakfast pie.
Yeah, like a breakfast pie. Oh, yeah, Bushman one. Alright, our coffees are here. Adam, did you enjoy that?
You got me off guard. Yeah, the potato was good, but the pie was good, so it was a good balance.
And I feel like mine was perfect as well, just enough of everything, and I feel like I've had enough. If I had any more, I think I'd be full, so perfect amount to start the day. All right, I'm starting my self-guided tour, so let's go. I've got the map, and I'm going to go to one point and try to go to all these little yellow markers, which I've got the key to it, and we'll go inside and check it all out. Check this place out. Now, I don't think this one's on my list, but look how beautiful it is. Every second house is amazing, and most of them do have a sign on it telling you the year that it was built and has all the information on it. And if you watched our episodes before, you know I always say I call these Sovereign Hill towns. So they're like, it's like being in Sovereign Hill, but you're in the actual real deal. These are actual houses that were here back in the day. So this is I'm really enjoying this. Okay, I've just come across this sign. It's got Dead Man's Bridge. And if you want to have a read of that information, but this is the bridge here. They don't use it anymore. Well, the people on there who own this block probably use it. But it was just to make it easier to get across the creek back in the day. Obviously, there's no water there now. And you can see that huge, do you call that a log or just a tree they've used? But look at that, holding that bridge up. So anyway, that's that. All right, I've come across the first thing on my list. We're at the miners' dugouts, and this is the first thing that I actually need the special magic key for. And it's just asking, please shut the gate. So let's get in there. Let me get my magic key out. Feeling very special with my special magic key. All right, we're at the miners' dugouts, 1850s. Woof. Now, there is a sign here if you want to pause and have a read of the whole things, but pretty much in a nutshell, back in 1851, there was 4,400 people here, and basically they didn't have enough houses. So they made these along the creek, and so it was about 1,800 people lived in these. Some of them were 2 rooms, some were 1 room, and we can go down there. So we're going to head down there now and check them out. All right, so here's the 2 entrances, and it just says to keep off the roof because obviously they don't want it caved in or you won't have anything to look at. Let's go inside and take a look at how they used to live. Here we go. So you can kind of see what kind of lives they had down here, and it's so much cooler as soon as you get down here, and it's a pretty hot place to live. So there we go. So that's one, and then we're heading to the other one and see what that's like. Okay, now we're going into the second. So we'll go in here. Now I've got 1 room, and this one has a second room, and it's so dark you can barely see anything. So this is a 2-roomer. And then we've got quite a few more just along here also. And then what people have done, they've actually found bits of old glass, bottles, and things from back in the day, and they just put them along here. Look at this old medicine bottle. And isn't that beautiful that people can collect them for people to appreciate, but not be stealing them, which is fantastic. Look at a bit of bone. So yeah, so that's it there. And look, this one's even got a window. All right, that's number 1 done. It looks like a whole heap of people have just arrived to check it out themselves, and we're going to head off to the next one. All right, I've arrived to my next one. Number 2 is the Market Square Museum. So I see the entrance is on the side, so let's go in. Magic key at use again, and here we are. So I'm here in Andrew Wade's tailor shop. I'm just looking at the orb that's flying right near me. I think that's him right now, if you can see him on my chest. Yeah, so he is here. You press his button and his spirit talks to you and tells you about the story of this place. In a nutshell, he pretty much died here. His wife tried to lease it out, and then she was ripped off by another lady that ended up being hung for murdering little children. The story's unbelievable. Make sure you press this button. And in the end, his daughter got married to a gentleman who was a tailor himself and opened up the tailor business again here in this very room. And they lived in this place. So the story is amazing. And it has his tailor room, that's where he sits as a ghost in that chair. And there's his table that he sewed on. And then they have one of the bedrooms here set up for you to have a look at. And then in the back, it has more of the history of where we're staying across the road. They've even got back here, the kitchen, where they would have heated the house, also cooked their meals. You could spend ages here. This is really good. So this tells you about businesses in the town, and you just press the button and it'll tell you about different businesses. And there's even more, just so much information in this one tiny place. And now I'm just standing out front of the gorgeous town hall. Look how beautiful this place is. And now this is a historical photographs. They have here displays, family research, and so on. And it's open between 12 and 3. Then next to that is the art gallery, which I'm not going to go in now. I think we'll go together, Adam and I. Then we've got St. Joseph's Catholic Church, built in 1874. The Church of St. Mary. Whenever I see a bell like that on top of a church, it always takes me back to being in Mexico. All right, we've got the mine site coming up in 150 metres. I'm excited about this one. And you can see a big chimney stack just there. We'll go find out what that's all about. On top of the chimney stack, there's a miner by the looks of it, with his hands up. Maybe he found some gold. All right, so it was built in 1857. It was relocated here. They've moved it. Here's a picture of it where it used to stand. And yeah, so I'll just stand back here if you want to pause and have a read. This is it here. And it was named after the director of the South Australian Mining Association. All right, now I need to head up this way. So you've got the lookout up this way, and also I'm going to go into the mine itself, the Burra mine that is. Here's just a board just saying it's an open air museum. It just gives you a little bit of information. If you want to pause and have a read, go for it. And then it just shows you where you can go, what you can see. The first thing I've come across is some old ruins, and also there are bits of mining equipment, including these carriages. Check these out. This looks cool. Some things I don't know what they are. And then also they have a few signs about some of the buildings that would have stood here beforehand. And this one is a bit of information about the dressing tower, which is just over here. Now this is pretty cool. There's a tunnel from 1870 just behind. I feel like I'm going to the back cave. Look at this. How awesome is this? That you can't quite go through because they've got that there, but look at that. It goes all the way down. A few spiders in there. And then we've got the Engine House Museum. So I'm about to head over there now and go through the gates. And good to know that they've got toilets for you up here, because by the time you get up here, you probably want to go. But yeah, this is another museum which you need a key to get into. All right, now I'm inside this awesome looking building and I'm about to find out what it exactly is. But one thing I do love about this, I've got the whole place to myself. Like I've only come across a few people on my way. All right, so this is probably the best thing to show you because this is how it originally looked. So obviously there was a wall here, but this here, this huge cylinder, I think it's called, basically you can see this round circle here went all the way up there. And then this was up the top that came out the side. So yeah, it's pretty full on. And they've restored all this so you can go up and see how it all worked. Now, if I wasn't exhausted already, now I've got to walk up a heap of stairs. So we're up here now on this level, and you can see that's the top of the cylinder cover. And then you got the piston, which would have gone through here. And check out the size of these beams. Look how thick they are. It's crazy. So I'm about to head up there now. Now we are right on top. And then this is where that big metal arm would come out through this window. Whew, between all the sweat and the sun cream, I'm looking a bit shiny. But there is an award there. You do get something for climbing up here. The view of the mine itself. Let's have a look at it. Take a look at this. How awesome. And look how bluey green that water is. I was about to say how blue, but it's kind of a bluey green. There we go. That is insane. This is it. How awesome is this? All right, I'm about to head back down, but I just wanted to show you the view from the top. Look at that, looking down. And then just coming back from this side, how amazing does that look? Just love that. And then looking up to the window and up to the beams. Oh, it does say to watch out for snakes, so better be careful. So there's quite a few of these. There was that one, there's another one behind. So you've got one over there. So there's quite a few around. All right, I'm back out the front, but there still is the lookout I've got to do. But I'm starting to feel not the best, and it's nearly 30 degrees. So I'm getting some water into me. I'm going to head back, have some lunch. There was a butcher's, so I'm going to pop into the local butcher's, grab something, pop in the IGA, get a salad, have that for lunch, and hopefully by after lunch I'm feeling a bit better. I love a country butcher's, and this is only 5 minutes from where we're staying. So let's go in and grab some meat. Now we'll head to IGA. Been here since 1964. Alright, so I've got our meat here. I'm going to get that out. I'll show you what I've got. And also I'm just using the leftover of our coleslaw dressing. I picked this up from just a packet of it from IGA. I can't believe this. I've forgotten what the sausages were, but I've got a sausage each and a steak each. I've popped, I've got to turn this up. I popped Adam's in first because he likes his steak cooked very well done. You get this with the place, so you can use it to cook with. And I've got mine here, but I won't put mine on until this starts cooking a bit. This looks good. I love getting meat from a proper country butcher. We've even got our little eating trays, so we can watch TV whilst we have our lunch. Hey, Twyla. All right, we're back on the trail, and Adam's joining me for this one because it's actually one of these rooms that we've got over there that we're going to look at. Okay, so there's the key sign, and this is just like our room, but how it would have been back in the day. National Trust symbol. All right, let's go in. All right, so they've got it all set up how it used to be set up back in the day, and pretty much is exactly how our living room is back in our room. It has a fireplace, but just doesn't have all this, obviously. It's a lot more modern now, and our TV's on that wall there. And then our room, the layout's just a little bit opposite way around, but our room, same kind of thing, but again, they got it set up how it would have been back in the day, with the baby's cot, the parents' bed, and then through here, they've got the kitchen. And again, we had that same setup, but obviously it just has a shelf in it now. It's not a place where you'd cook, but back in the day it was. So there you go. And then also here, they do have a garden set up out the back. Do you want to go outside, Adam? We'll go check it out. All right, so this is how the backyards would look back in the day. To be honest, I think my backyard looked a bit like this back in the day when my parents used to have the laid bricks for our path. Maybe they didn't have as nice as garden. Adam's grandfather had a really nice garden, didn't he?
What was that?
Your grandfather had a really nice...
Lots of veggies, lots of fruit.
Yes. And there's the long drop. So they had that outside. There was no electricity or running water. I think Adam and I could survive this. We are campers, and we didn't normally go without those two things. Oh, Adam, you're not really going to go, are you? Come on. Our room's just literally just over there. Can you wait? What do you reckon, Twyla? I know you couldn't wait. She loved the grass out the front. So the flooring, you can see here, it's actually a mixture of mud and sand. And then they put, oil or something in it?
Yeah, it's compacted and then coated with oil.
Yeah, so then that's how they get this floor. And it's coming apart over there, but otherwise, it's still looking pretty good. Now we're going back past our buildings, and we're heading to another one that we can go into with our special key. I can tell you right now, if you're a stonemason, come here because there'll be plenty of work for you. Look at these. They're just everywhere. Beautiful stone fences all the way along the streets. All right, now we're at the brewery cellar. And it looks like these are vents to go under the ground, so it'll be interesting to see. So this is a brewery that was here between 1873 to 1902, and it's still here, but it's missing this part of it. As you can see, there's nothing up there. And then now I was wondering what these were, and yeah, so they're the vents to the bottom part down here. And yeah, so they've got a few pictures of how it was. Again, as per usual, I'll just hover over this for a sec, so if you want to pause and then have a read, you can. What's that song, Adam? I've got the key, I've got the secret. All right, we're going in. We're going in. Where's the beer? All right, so there's a bit of history on the walls, and it looks like we need to go downstairs because I can hear a recording. It was quite spooky coming in here because you walk in, all of a sudden you hear a man talking down there. So let's head down and we'll see if Twyla gets a bit spooked or not. Oh, so far so good. She doesn't seem too freaked out, so there mustn't be any spirits here.
I can hear the
Look at this. It always amazes me how quick the temperature drops as you come down to these places. Adam and I, when we went to Mum's, and what was the other? Tazinger, I think it was. And in Champagne, France, and we went down to a lot of places like this, and the amount of bottles of champagne they had down there. I don't see any in here, but there's a video on it so we can stand and watch it. All right, I'm getting a lot of orbs in here. Wow. Oh wow, look at that, go all the way back behind you. Whoa, this does remind me from overseas. And then we were talking before about the vents. So these are it. So that's how you breathe in here. And gets air down here, yep. Wow, look at this. It's an underground labyrinth. It's pretty full on, isn't it? I wonder what Twyla's thinking. How are you going, Twyla? You all right? All right, let's go through and see if it goes any further. Oh, I'll talk about the back cave. Ooh. Oh, wow. It just goes on and on and on. This is awesome. Wow, we've actually come to another exit, but there's one bit we missed, so we're just going to go back and see where that goes as well. And this is another tunnel. And then this is another one we haven't been through yet. This is insane. Oh, wow. Oh, and this one's got an exit as well, which you can't use anymore, I think, but you can see at the end there's stairs going up. We didn't look at this before we went down, but this is actually how large it is down underneath in the tunnels. So these are all the tunnels. They've got one here with the building on top. So we're inside this room at the moment.
Everything red's underground.
And then, everything red is underground. And then that's where you come down to. So that room's the same size underneath. And then we walk through there, and then that's what you saw down there. Okay, Adam, so we're back at Saint, what is it? Saint Just. And why are we back here?
It's curry night.
Because it's curry night. It's a big thing in town.
It is.
The whole place is packed.
Yeah, and
all the tables out the front are packed.
They get butter chicken or vegetarian.
Yeah, it's a big variety.
And we get butter chicken.
I haven't filmed inside, but yeah, the tables are pretty full, aren't they? Yeah, shockers. So, every Friday they do this.
I know it's every Friday.
Oh.
It might be a monthly thing.
Oh, it could be a monthly thing. I could be lying. Well, hopefully, if you want curry night, it's curry night for you. Yeah, it's the first time they're doing it. Well, it's going off with a bang. I'm sure they're going to keep doing it. Okay, well, it's here, and it's the first time they're doing it. I just asked the chef. So here it is. You get a poppadom, rice, some naan, and the butter chicken. Well, we enjoyed that. I mean, it was great to be a part of this special town treat.
It was a premiere.
A premiere. We were a part of it. And but I think they got swamped. They didn't expect it to go so well. So there you go. All right, the sun's going down the town. Pretty nice sunset. So it looks like it's going to be another hot day tomorrow. Adam and Twyla are in bed. I am off to go get my coffee and do my morning walk. Then I'll head back and have brekkie with them, similar to like I did yesterday. I'm just out front of the information office and I've just seen the poster. This is the one we saw the other night that led us to going to have this Indian night. So it's curry night. And we got all that on our plates, as you saw. So there you go. It definitely pays to go to the information office to get your information because you find out things like this. All right, back to the same coffee shop as yesterday, being they're the only ones open, but they did make a really good coffee. Look at this beautiful day. Got my coffee, So let's go for a walk. So this might look very familiar. I was only here yesterday, but no, I thought for my walk today, I never got to do, and I was just going to drive up there and be lazy, but I thought, you know what, I'll just make them a walk. I'm going to go to the town lookout. There's a couple of town lookouts, but this is one of them, so I'm going to go to that now, head up there and show you guys the town and myself. I made it to the top. There is an information board here, so it has a map on it and also information about the Burra town itself. And let me show you the view from up here. So this is a view. It's quite nice. And then over this way, you've got where I was yesterday. And then I'll show you where I'm going to be heading over to today in the area where the prison is. That I'm going to be checking out later today. Now we'll head down to the mine lookout. All right, so here's the information about the open cut mine, which we did see yesterday. It was all quite bluey green from the sky. Not so much today. It's pretty dark because it's only early in the morning and it's shaded right over. But once that sun hits it. So yeah, it was first worked between 1845 to 1867. So I'll just pan down so you can see the information if you want to pause again and have a read. Here's a good picture, a photo of how it would look back in the day. And then there's this one here. So originally the depth was only 37 meters. That's what it started off at. And that got 50 tons of copper metal. That's just amazing. Well, I feel like this part is complete now that I've done this. There are other buildings across here, but at the moment it looks like you can't get to them. I don't know if they're going to reopen that later on. You used to be able to. It's on the map, but my key wouldn't get me there. So just ask the information about it, the information office about it when you pick up your key, if you can get to those other sites. But otherwise, we've got a lot more to check out. But let's go get some brekkie, and then I'll head out on another adventure today. All right, so I've just gotten back, made coffees, and then I popped into IGA, grabbed some bits and pieces, and now we're having cheese and ham croissants for breakfast. Well, I'm pretty happy with that breakfast. Now, I forget if I mentioned this, but we are staying an extra night here just because Adam's got some work he's got to get done. And before we go to the next town, we thought he can get that done while I finish off this tour, and I'm going to finish it off right now. So pretty much we did all this yesterday. That's what we did yesterday as well. And today we went up to the lookout. Now we're heading down to this part here. We're going to go see the jail. We've got the police lockup and something else over here, another village. So that's what we're going to do right now. And we're in the van because it's going to be even hotter today than what it was yesterday. And after not feeling the best yesterday after walking 1,000 billion kilometers, I thought it'd be just easier to take the van. So I've come to the Old Railway Station Museum. It's a gold donation museum. This is it here, so I'm going to get out and show you guys. Okay, so here we have the station itself. Now there is that museum in here, but it looks like it's not open. I'll go check out the signage. Okay, so it looks like it's open between 11 and 1, so we're a bit early. Might have to come back. All right, I've come around to the back, and so they haven't done a steam train. They've actually done up a carriage. Look at this. It looks awesome. And inside, they've actually got a kitchen in there. So they must do special events here. Yeah, look at this. They've got a menu there. They've got the table set up. It looks so good. But yes, if you do want to come see this, make sure you come between those times. There is a little bit of information on the wall, so if you do come out of hours, you can have a little bit of a read up about the trains in this town and the train station. And you can see here a few of the trains, and I've got to check this out. I'm not sure about the story about the kitchen and the breakfast menu in there, but anyway, this is the train station. I've just pulled over. I'm pretty excited. They've actually got the turning, I don't know if you call it a turning wheel or turning table, I don't know, but this is where they used to turn the trains around, and it's all still here, obviously not working, But how awesome is this? I saw this in the picture up at the train station. And then in the background, you've got another old pub over there. And it looks like there's people sitting out the front. So I don't know what's happening there, if someone lives there or... So I have to check that out too. All right, if my calculations are right, we're now at the police lockup. All right, looks like this is it. And there is a sign saying police lockup and stables. So 1847 and to 1878. Okay, and this looks like it's a lockup. Wow. Wonder if we can see inside. No, it was pitch black in there. Couldn't see nothing. But it looks like there's another wall over here. Looks like a prison wall. Not that this was a prison. I'm pretty sure this is just the police lockup. All right, I see it. I see the key symbol. Here we go, the lockup and stables. In we go. All right, I'm in. Wow, look at all the stonework. It looks amazing. Oh, this looks like stables. Let's have a look. All right, we're out of the sun and the wind now. So yeah, so these are the different stables. So the food goes up there. Now on this wall, they do have a fair bit of information, plus buttons that you can press to hear different stories.
It was the worst Christmas Eve I'd ever spent on duty.
So there's two stories you can hear about by press the buttons. One is about a bushranger with very skinny wrists, yes. So that helped him get out of cuffs many times. And also a story about Christmas Eve murder. So you just press the buttons, it tells you all about it. It's quite good. All right, I've seen many of these on our camping trip. We've got the drop toilet. Yep, that's back here. Now we'll go through to the actual lockup. So the horses weren't too far away from the lockup. And here we are. 1, 2, looks like there's 3 cells. And let's open one up and have a look. Whoa. Okay. So they had a bed. This is really good. It's got a lot of information, great information, and it's telling me where I am. So here I am, which I think is like maybe a spot where the prisoners would come out and be able to walk around, maybe. And the cell that we're in was a double cell. Then we had the 2 single cells. Then you had where the police lived here. They've got their own kitchen, a couple of bedrooms. And you can see the stables where we walked into. All right, well, this is lockup. Now let's head to the prison. I just love these stone paths, although I nearly fell over 3 times. But we are now at the jail, and also later in life, this was a girls' reformatory. The years are on this board here. The jail was built in 1856. If walls could talk, I can't imagine how many stories would come from this. There is some information on this information board if you want to check it out and have a read. What you're seeing now is the front of the jail, and then we're going to go through the side door into the courtyard, I think. If you look up, you can see all the broken glass they stuck in up the top of the walls to stop people from getting out. And it looks like I might have the whole jail all to myself. Well, this time it looks like I've walked into the courtyard where they would come out and exercise. I'm just guessing. I haven't seen a map or anything. But you can see all the cells lined up there. And it looks like that door is open, so we'll go in and take a look. All right, now inside. Now I'm here all by myself, and I hear that this is the most haunted place out of all of them. I could be wrong, but someone did tell me in town that the jail is the most haunted. So it'd be interesting to see if anything of, I feel a sense or see anything. Also, yeah, normally I'd bring Twyla, we'd have Twyla with us, but she's back with Adam, having a sleep. And she's normally a good one to tell if there's anything around because she senses stuff. So, but I haven't got my little ghost protector with us. So anyway, let's have a look around this jail. So in the first room, we've got a kitchen, you've got the fireplace. Look at those iron pots. I'd love to cook in one of them. And yeah, so they've got it set up like a kitchen. If you really want to, you can hire this joint out. Can you believe that? And then over here, they've got this set up. I don't think this was what it was for, but they've got it set up as a laundry kind of thing at the moment. So this is what the jail looks like on the full. So we can't get into here, but that is out there, that part. The cells are all in the middle. And then that was where I walked in. And then you've got the offices and things at the front and the kitchen. Basically, this was the very first jail built outside of Adelaide. And it was £32,000 to make it. It closed and then reopened as for girls from ages 17 up back in the day. But all that information's there if you want to stop and have a read. Very interesting. For a minute, I thought we weren't going to be able to go into any of the cells, but one is open. So let's go and have a look. All right, so here we are. Oh, it looks like they had room for a TV up here back in the day. Now, I don't know what they've put that up there for, just to put books or something on. There's a chair. They're not the biggest. I've seen smaller cells, especially the old Melbourne jail, but here it is. Now, there would have been bars on this window, but they've been removed. I'll show you on the other cell, but they've still got the bars up the top there. So yeah, that's the cell. And I'll just come out here and I'll just show you, see? So you've got the bars on the windows. It would probably look like that. I'm pretty sure, like I could be wrong. I'm wrong about many things. And right in the middle, you've got your drop toilet. I was seriously about to leave and I was about to walk out, and then all of a sudden I thought, isn't it weird that they only have such a small part open? And I thought, wonder if there was a door leading to the front where the guards and stuff used to live or stay and all the rest of it. And I come back in and there is a door and it says open. So let's go in. So straight away you come through to the big gates. This is where they would have been brought in. And before they go through to here, they would get looked at and, you know, spoken to and all the rest of it. Let's have a look what's in here. So in this first room, we've got a stove. There's heaps of information you can read. You can come here to find out what it says. And through here, I think it has a list of all the different people that were here imprisoned. And then now, if you're wondering about my spidey senses, this room, when I walked into it, gave me the biggest chills. It's just a plain room, but my hairs and literally stand up when I'm in here, if you're into that stuff. So yeah, there's more memorabilia through there, and then we'll go through to the other side. Yeah, I got such butterflies walking into that room. It's so weird. Oh, my hair's standing up. Now on this other side, they have a whole heap of boards of information about when the girls moved in and what was expected of them, what happened, the ones that escaped. So yeah, there's a lot of information again here. And it looks like we might be able to go onto the other side of the prison through this door. All right, we've got another room there, and it doesn't look like the people around here want to sit in that room, so we'll stay out of it. And then through here is the other pretty much identical courtyard, except for this one's got trees in it, which is quite nice. And then there's more cells over here. Now, I think I've pretty much covered everything on the map with the yellow, with the key to get in. There's other things on the map we can check out. We might check them out later today or tomorrow. But definitely worth the $30 it cost to do this tour each. It was $30 each. So good. And remember, you got your $50 deposit, which you'll get back. But wow, what an awesome, and what's been the best is I wasn't feeling the best yesterday, so I stopped the tour and then I started back on it today. So I could spread it out. You can have the key for 48 hours and just take your time with it. You don't have to rush around. And it's just been good being able to go out for breakfast and lunch and then go out and look at a few more things. So yeah, definitely recommend this if you come to town. I think this whole tour experience is getting the King Deno's thumbs up. Absolutely loved it, and I'm sure you will too. But wait, there's still more. Hampton Town. I totally forgot about this, but I'm going to head there now. So Hampton Town, 1857, and it's pretty much most of it is all ruins now, but you need a key still to get in and to go around and take a look. Just like most of the places we've visited on the map, you're greeted with a big information board that has plenty of information. This one's got a map of the village, which is really handy because half the buildings aren't here anymore, or you'll see the foundations anyway. It does have the names of some of the people that lived in the houses, so you get a good idea. Walking through, you walk through those houses, you can see the old chimney stacks, and then as you walk towards the back, there are some better houses that are still standing a little bit more. And there's even one right at the back that's slowly getting done up. It looks like they might eventually open it. I'm only guessing again. They might open it one day so you can actually go in and have a look and see how it was. And then even on the property next door where the horses are, there are even more of the township which you can't have access to because it's obviously on someone's private property. But yeah, it's pretty amazing, this place, and I could have stayed there exploring all day. I won't show you all of it. I'll leave some there for you to discover for yourself when you come to town. All right, I just pulled up back into town, and I'm just going to come check out a couple of their shops. There's a whole heap. And yeah, I thought there was one down the end I want to look at. So it's called Lost 67. It has all car memorabilia and all bits and pieces like that. And then also it does have a cafe connected to it. So if you like cars, or if you just want to come get something to eat, you can eat in or even eat outside. They've got a few tables. So that's one place you can visit in the main street. There is more than one antique shop, and they're just as good as each other. They've got so much unique pieces, especially like this armor. How awesome does this look? There was also plenty of books, taxidermy, you name it, they had it, and it was very interesting. It was like being in a museum. Yes. Hi, Adam.
Hello. It's the afternoon.
Adam's out. He's like a vampire, and he comes out at night.
When dusk comes, that's when I go out.
Yes, the ducks are out too, Adam. Look, ducks are out, and we're going to work out what pub. We've got 3, I think, to choose from. So,
I think so.
Or 2 or 3, I don't know. But let's go find one to eat at. I'm hungry. We've got a few different mains. Don't know what we're going to get yet. And entrees, kids' meals. So yeah, quite a bit on there. All right, the meals are huge. Adam, what did you get?
Carbonara.
And then I got ribs. I forget what ribs they were. Were they pork? Pork ribs with onion rings, and then it comes with salad. Look how huge this is. Look at my hand. Look how massive these are. And I think Twyla's going to have to help us eat them. Where is she? Yeah, there she is. I don't think I even need a knife. Look at this. The meat is just falling off the bone. How good's that? That's what you want. All right, dinner was great. Massive meal, as you've seen. They taste really good. Adam just said he had way too much. He couldn't finish it. Every night we've been here, we've been like lucky enough to have beautiful skies like this. Look, sorry, I'm just checking it all out. Looks amazing. So we're just going to go for a walk. We run off dinner, and good old Adam wanted a chocolate bar, and they're about to close here, so he's going to grab one from BP. So there's BP on the corner, and yeah, because IGA closes pretty early. 6 o'clock, I think 6 o'clock most days, 5 o'clock on the weekend, something like that. Oh, here he comes. What did you get?
I got you a treat.
Oh my God, I told you I didn't want anything.
It's only 15 grams.
Oh, okay.
20 grams.
All right.
and they were on sale.
Oh, yeah, sure. Also, not that we have time to eat here, and I can't even think about food, but they do have dig-in pizza. You can order online, and they're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays. Twyla got a bit scared. There was a dog at that house over there with a low fence, and came running out towards us, but stopped at the fence, but it was enough to scare Twyla. Poor Twyla. So every corner you turn, there's more buildings and stories to go along with it. Also another church. So this one's the Uniting Church. All I can say is what we've just done is what you should do every night you're in town. Pick a few different streets you haven't been down and walk up them, because I tell you, if you like old houses, you will love this. Adam couldn't help himself. Twyla's got a little twin at the gate. Oh, my good old faithful. Good morning. Let's go get a coffee. All right, I've got my coffee. Now I'm going for my walk, and then I'll head back and get Adam and Twyla up, because we are leaving today. This is our last day in town. One of the main things I want to show you before I leave town is the caravan park, which is literally across the road from where we're staying. Like we said earlier in the episode, this is run by the same people that run where we're staying, and it's a basic caravan park. It has all your normal things that a caravan park would have. Right next to the caravan park is the Burra Community School. This is another building, if you get a chance, you should check out. It's a beautiful stone building. Before school starts, you can go onto the property and have a look at it. It looks amazing. And then right next to that is the local swimming pool. So if it is hot and you want to go for a swim, you can go to the local swimming pool. So I've come across a dog park, and if you want to know where this dog park is, because at this point in time, I don't know where I am, I'm a bit lost, but get the information office to mark it on your town map. And also I found a whole more heap of little cottages like we're staying in, and some you can stay in. So these are different accommodation. And then also I've come across where you can camp in your van at the showgrounds. So if you want to bring a caravan or camper van, it doesn't have any prices, but I'm sure you can ring up to find out how much it is to stay at the showgrounds. All right, I've walked right down the other end of town towards where the prison was, not too far from the prison. And there are another group of shops down here. So you do have... There's a material shop that sells different materials. There is a Irish pub. Look at that. So, and I did see people there yesterday on their motorbikes, and they'll having a drink out the front. And then there's a few other shops down this way. So it's not just the main part that we've been in. You can come down, and there's a whole other group of shops down this end. Definitely gonna miss this place. I love it. It's so beautiful, peaceful, and just really enjoyed my morning walks here. All right, so we've come to our very last stop in this town, and we've come to the Midnight Oil House. This is from the film clip, and it's very famous for just being a house in the middle of a paddock with a lot of land around it and a few hills. So it's pretty awesome. I'll turn the camera around and show you. Well, guys, that is it for this episode. We're saying goodbye from the Midnight Oil House. And Adam is here, by the way.
Yes.
Even though he,
I've been busy editing.
He's been very busy. But anyway, he promised he'll be on next week's episode the whole way through it.
To see how we go.
We're heading, in next week's episode, we're actually heading to a winery, some wineries, but not where you think. So anyway, you'll have to wait till next week. If you're new to our channel and you've enjoyed this, make sure you go down the bottom, like and subscribe. And I'm going to put it out there. I think this could have been my favourite town for the year so far. And if not, for the whole year, I reckon, because I loved it. I loved it. Anyway, we will see you next Sunday at 5 p.m.
See you then, guys. Bye.
See you guys.